Hello and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be another well build. This time is going to be the solo well. I'm going to be using the Warlock again. I am planning on doing a few hunt builds in the future, but I just want to get this build out because it's pretty much the most fun build I've had this season, to be honest, any season. There's two ways to kind of do this depending on your playstyle. I kind of tried both. To be honest, I liked both, so it just depends on your playstyle. But let's get straight into the build. Okay, so like I said, this is all around the well build. Starting with the subclass, the Dawnblade. Like I said, there's two ways to play this depending on your playstyle, so just pick whichever subclass works with you. You can either go top tree. Top tree, I want to say it's a pretty good build because the one main thing about top tree is the two subclass right here. Because one, your melee is range, meaning you don't have to get close to your target to get your melee kill, which means it makes it easier for you to proc your abilities and make this build 10 times easier. Plus, while you're in the air, while you're getting kills, it essentially allows you to gain your melee back, making this a more constant build essentially. On the other hand, on the bottom tree subclass, it's more explosives. Your melee will create explosion, which means you can turn this build into like non-stop fire essentially. On top of that, it means you can easily heal yourself by just jumping up and descending, starting your health regen. So like I said, this is, I want to say, a more safer route. Wow, this is a more, what's the right word for it? Explosive route. I don't know, but yeah, so depending on your playstyle, try both of them, see which one you like better for you to work. Now I want to say, if you're doing the bottom tree, you should use explosive well maker. Like I said, your melee will create explosive, your grenade will create like a more explosive reaction, meaning you're going to be proccing this mod a lot more. If you're going the top route, you probably don't need it. It will still proc, it won't proc as much, but you can I'll probably tell you to get the well of this well mod. This will pretty much make it like you get your grenade more often, or you can even go for a safer route, which is this well of life, which essentially allows you to gain constant health regen when you pick up a well from the ground. So you can switch out for a different mod essentially. But anyway, starting from the top, the first mod I want you to pay attention to is the elemental ornament, which essentially getting grenade kills will give you a world corresponding to the subclass that you're currently at, which for us it's solar. The reason why I go for grenade instead of melee is because yes, you will, if you get a kill with your melee, you get a well, but the exotic I'm going to be using today is sun braces, which means I get to spam my grenade once I get that melee kill. So you can throw about 5 or 6 grenades from just one melee kill. So you're going to use your grenade more often than your melee, to be honest. Hence why it's just easier to do grenade instead of melee. Apart from the one mod that, like I just said, is interchangeable depending on your playstyle. If you want a more safer healing route, take this. If you want more grenade, take this. You probably won't even need it. Or if you just want more explosions, I mean, if you know you're going to create more explosions, use that. So depending on which route you want to take. Font of Wisdom to essentially allow me to get my abilities back as often as possible. Like I said, even though top tree does give you back your melee as long as you're gliding up while you're throwing those grenades down, this just means if there's a situation that you're not able to do so, Font of Wisdom will still proc and it will still come back pretty fast. On top of that, I'm using Bountiful Wells. This mod is a godsend, to be honest, because any solo world that I was supposed to create, it just doubles it for me. So if I create one, it makes it two. If I pull out another one of it on, so for example, if I don't want this and I put another one on, my two wells will now become three. So essentially it just adds on the more I put on it. So it's a pretty good well for you to use. Apart from that, it's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is just melee and chuck grenades non-stop, watch everything burn. So if you're the type of person that like to see the world burn, this is the build for you. I will have a video at the end of the explanation to show you how I do this, but hopefully this was helpful. Try it out, enjoy it. I will say, if it's not the only situation I want to use this build is like a GM, for example, mainly because GM restricts you more to be more passive so that you don't get one shot. But raids, I use this a lot. Strikes, obviously. Gambits, pretty much anything that is not a GM style environment, I'll use this because it's such a fun build to use, so helpful, and just great to see all the fires. I would say probably don't do too much fire. I have had a situation where my game did end up freezing due to all the fire, so I will pre-warn you. Well, thankfully I do cap my game till 60 anyway, so now it just doesn't do that. But for the people that do have the frames, be careful of that. But hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
got a bag, bro. Name hot in these streets, no Tabasco. But I'm so stubbed, that's a fact, yo. And if you think I'm frontin', you can run it back, yo. Go on, run it back. You know that I run it.